On October 27, 1275, Count Floris V granted a small settlement, back then with the name Amsterdam'S, near a dam in the Amstel, the right to trade independently. This year Amsterdam is celebrating its 750th birthday, and for that the city has planned many events. If you haven't visited Amsterdam yet, now is the best time to come and visit this pearl of European capitals. And I also want to take this opportunity to teach you, my viewers, more about my city. And today I want to show you some more historic, interesting facts and curiosities. The absolute highlight of today will be a house that we are visiting, where a former mayor of Amsterdam in the 1600s, who lost his mind, left a graffiti with blood off his fingers, which still remains until today. Also, we're gonna, of course, visit a new coffee shop that I found when I was biking around, and I really liked some of their buds. So today I wanna try something that I've seen on the menu but haven't tried yet, and we can test it together. From my experience with the last buds, it was absolutely great. White ash, good prices, and still within vicinity of the city center. Later I will let you know more about that coffee shop. But first, I would say let's take the bike and find our way to our first spot. Here in the beautiful pipe I found this new coffee shop, which is called Coffeeshop Carmona. I've never heard about it. I was just driving around the pipe on my bike and passed this coffee shop, checked the Google reviews, they were good, 4.4 stars or so. Had a look at it and I got some White Widow for €9, which was absolutely amazing. I haven't smoked White Widow for, I don't know, at least more than a decade, and it was absolutely great. It tasted great, it smelled great, it was perfectly cured, and mostly the ash was burning completely white. So I also saw that they have some apple fritter haze, and in the reviews they were also talking about it. So I'm gonna get a gram of that now and then we're gonna try it. So I was just inside and it wasn't the apple fritter haze that they had on the menu, but a sour apple haze. I'm normally a bit skeptical when it's about those flavored hazes. I had a look at it and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna try it. It was pretty expensive with €14 for 1 gram. Well, maybe should have taken their Carmona special haze, but I first want to try it and then judging. I mean, it doesn't look so good. It was smelling very nice. A bit too apple-ish in my opinion. You never know if it's sprayed or not, but we're here to try everything, not only to show you the best of the best, but we are doing the real experience here. What are you doing when you are in Amsterdam, walking around and seeing a coffee shop? Should you try it or not? This is what I'm doing as well. So if somebody wants to say I'm just visiting shit coffee shops or buying shit weed, I'm trying everything so that you don't have to try it. So the first thing what we're gonna do now is getting some food. I'm pretty hungry. We're not far away from Ferdinand-Bolstraat. It's like little far Asia there. They have Korean, they have Japanese. Maybe we're gonna get some Korean barbecue. Let's drive there. So we are here now at Ferdinand-Bolstraat, and on my way to Soju, I remembered that there is this Smashburger place here, which is called The Smash. They are pretty famous for the Smashburgers. So I'd say let's go in and have a try. I am inside Smash now and ordered their classic burger, which is a standard smash burger with mustard and ketchup. The smash burger itself was €11.95, which is a pretty hefty price for a small smash burger. They use potato buns, which is good, together with fries and a drink. I paid €19.95, which is a hefty price for a small smash burger, together with fries and drink. But hey, let's first see if they are as good as their reputation, because we're still in one of the most expensive parts of Amsterdam. The prices are high here, so let's first see how good it will be and if it's worth the price. Alright guys, the food arrived. 1 Coke, 1 smash burger and the fries. What I already like about the fries a lot is that they seem to be self-made, or at least they are of good quality as they look like. They're excellent. For a fast food place, they're very good. So let's have a look at the burger itself. As we can see here, a very nice mushy potato bun. Very soft bun. Then we have here the onions, the ketchup and the senf. We have two very thin patties. So let's try it out. This is absolutely not a McDonald's style burger. You can really taste that it's of higher quality. The meat is so thin that it's necessary that you have two patties on, but it just tastes awesome. The relish is very nice. I'm not sure if they just use ketchup and mustard because it tastes like there's some relish inside. Maybe it's also the onion and pickle mix. It's very good. Also the bun is a super soft potato bun, as you can see. It becomes one big mass in your mouth and almost melts on your tongue. Really like the crust. Very well smashed burgers. Many onions. For my taste, almost too many onions. Alright, we're finished. Let's continue with the review. Fries, very good. €4.50, very expensive, but that's just the price of fries at the moment. Burger for $11.95. There's not a lot on the burger, you know, it's just like meat, but still, it is very well smashed. It tastes very good. So all in all, I would say if you are in Amsterdam and you don't know what to eat and you want a Smashburger meal for below €20, this is a good spot. If you live in Amsterdam and you have minced meat at home and some proper buns that you can get at the supermarket in the meantime already, I would rather stay at home and make myself a burger. At the end, it's still fast food, and if you make it yourself, you're gonna spend maybe €3 and you're gonna feel way better about that. Next destination, let's go out. I'm gonna find a nice spot to inject, and then we're gonna try that sour apple haze. So while we are making our way to the park to find a nice smoking spot, I just wanted to make you aware that more than 60% of the people who are watching my videos are not subscribed. So if you are one of them and you like the content that you are seeing, hey, why not leave us up? It's for free, and you will see many more of these videos in the future. And for everybody else, it never hurts to leave a like or a comment. I'm always happy about it. And if you have to say something in the comments, I'm more than glad to answer your questions. But now, let's continue. Maybe we can find a nice park or so. Let's have a look. So this is the park where I want to go. I think we found our spot in the middle of the park. Safrati Park it's called. Or Safarati, I'm not sure actually. Covered by green. To indulge the green. So my little rascals, sour apple haze from Coffeeshop Carmona. I can't form a differentiated opinion yet about that coffee shop, but I really liked their White Widow. Let's inject. YouTube, just for your information, I will smoke a tobacco cigarette now. So let's start. The ash. 8 out of 10, it's not bad. I mean, it could be wider, but for those abominations that I call joints, it's pretty good. You know those trolley sour apples that you could buy in the grocery store that you can eat? It's like a candy, sour apple. It's exactly how it smells and how it tastes, so it makes me very skeptical about flavors or aromas or whatever they could have worked with. But in general, I don't really have a lot to complain. It smokes good, it burns well. First of all, taste, 6 out of 10. Typical sharp, chemically haze taste, together with a sour apple, which the more and the longer you smoke it, the less you taste of it, of course. Smoking experience is very good actually. It burns very nice. I never had to re-flame it, and it burned down until it was over. Well, the only thing that we have to know now is the effect, and the effect will show within the next minutes. So I'm gonna chill a bit. When I'm finished with chilling. I'm gonna drive to our next spot that I want to show you. And then I will also be able to report how the effect is, but I can already tell you it comes, it's hitting, I feel it. The next historic spot where not many people know about is this building here. It's not far away from Leidseplein. Actually, it's just next to Leidseplein. Here you used to find the famous chess field. It has been removed now, but the people have the possibility now to play chess at the tables here with their own broad chess figures. So the interesting thing about this building is that it used to be the first prison cell complex of the Netherlands. It was built in 1850 during the Second World War and the Nazi era. It was occupied by the Gestapo. And Frank, when she got arrested and before she got deported, she was incarcerated exactly here together with her family. Today, everything is very peaceful, but when you dig a bit into the history of the buildings, then you can find very interesting stories like these here. So this is the inside of the building, and here there's a little memorial. For many people, this was the first step on their way to their end destination, concentration camp. So and now the entrance to the cell complex is decorated with this modern piece of art here. You see some Roman-looking pillars with writing on top of it, which says Homo sapiens non urinat inventum, which is pseudo-Latin and should mean that Homo sapiens, the knowing man, does not pee against the wind, which is actually a very wise comment that you should follow, especially when you are drunk. So here we are at another very historic spot of Amsterdam. As you can see, this gate here, it was built in the year 1574. This used to be some kind of monastery where Bedouins, I think they are called in English, beuningen in Dutch, they used to live inside here. The very historic monastery with all the houses and everything is still intact. And although it is now more known and well known because of social media, there are still a few facts that many people don't know. So let's go in. I've never been there myself, so I'm looking forward to that a lot. Let's explore. And this is what I wanted to show you. This is the second oldest house of Amsterdam, one of the last two houses that are still built with their wooden construction. It was also very interesting, and I have to be a bit quiet here, is that this whole area here lays 1 meter below the level of the city, because it is so old that it's still on medieval ground level. So I had to be quiet inside there, that's why I could only make this quick shots. But as you can see, when you remember from the last video where I showed you the oldest house of Amsterdam up in the Zeedijk next to the central station, and I told you there's the second house inside this monastery, and the very house that you could see, and it looks so awesome and historic. Like if you look at it, you can literally feel being in the medieval. So now I remember that we still have something on our to-do list from the last stream, and that is going to Terps Army. I'm not so far away from Terps Army, so let's go over there, because I saw in a group that they have some very nice kush at the moment. Let's check it out if we can find some proper butts there. All right guys, here we are, Terps Army. I haven't been here for a few weeks, so I hope they have some nice new things on the menu. I really want a proper kush, and what I've seen on the internet looked pretty good, so let's go in and check it out. Okay, they still got the kush, and it was a OG18 that somebody posted in the group, and I got it and it smelled awesome. It costs 13 euros, so I'm very much looking forward to try it tonight. And now let's get to our last spot of the video. As I promised you, now we are going to the house that has 230-year-old black graffiti on the wall. So right behind me you can see the house in the street Amstel with the house number 216. And this house used to belong to one of Amsterdam's most famous people. His name was Coenraad van Beuningen, and he was a mayor of Amsterdam several times, and he even was the director of the Dutch East Indian Company, who, as you might know, was the biggest enterprise that has ever been created by mankind. And yeah, he used to live here, and yeah, he had one little flaw. He might have been bipolar. Historians are not very sure, but there was something, especially after his wife cheated on him and he lost millions of gulden betting on VOC ships. So one day in the middle of the night, he had one of his episodes and left his house, completely delusional, walking around through the city of Amsterdam, shouting from bridges that doomsday is coming and the 1,000-year-long darkness will arrive. And what he also did is left graffitis in Kabbalic and Hebrew letters on this very wall here. And this happened around the year 1690, so we are talking about minimum of 230 years ago. And now I'm gonna show you one of his graffitis. You can even still see his name. So what you can see here are some Kabbalic or Hebrew signs that he put here. And here you can still see his name, which was Van Beuningen. And you can see that it's written here Van Beuningen. And yes, this is still his blood in the wall. Here you can see the Hebrew letters that he wrote. Yeah, this is one of the more unknown facts of Amsterdam, but if you are here around, it is directly at the Amstel River. We are not far from the opera and the ballet, so it's not far to walk, and it's really worth a visit because seeing graffiti from the 1600s that were put on this wall with blood and still remain until today is something very special. And the fact that they are still here just shows that blood lasts forever. So we're gonna end today's video here at the dam. Probably the most important spot of Amsterdam's history. Here it's where it all started. If you like the Amsterdam content, also make sure to tune in the live stream. It's Corax also on Twitch, doesn't matter where, Twitch and YouTube, we're live on both. And I'm gonna see you either in the next video or in the live stream. Catch you later, bye bye.